Alright, so let's come out here to Brian Ropar's backyard railway. As you can see, we got this track laid out and a bunch of boughs stumped on the center of it. Through the gate, onto the temporary track around the front of the house. Temporary bridge. Over the railing. And up onto the viaduct. And back through the gate. Out of the tunnel up here. And up to the upper loop. Still in the switch track. Under the bridge that the upper loop crosses over. Still in the switch track. It's going to gently slope up to the upper loop. It's going to go on the upper loop right here. We'll cover that switch track there in a second. And we're currently in the upper loop. Going around the upper loop. Past the signal bridge that's for the switch track. Underneath the Brian Ropar power line. See, we've got some power factor service drop back there. We got our 3-phase. And we got our sectionizer pole. Back to the upper loop. Still on the upper loop. Still on the upper loop. Across the switch track to the tunnel. On the bridge. And we're on the upper loop. And this concludes the upper loop. Now onto the switch track turnaround track. So let's throw the switch. We're on the turnaround track. It's like a big giant sweeping S-bend. And over to here where we have a little siding with some equipment. Basically a little storage yard. And stuff of that nature. Alright, back on the turnaround track. And back onto the upper loop in the opposite direction. Past the power line. And you can see how this is coming along pretty good. And the signal bridge for the upper loop and the switch track. It's a service drop pole. Still on the upper loop. Still on the upper loop. And throw the switch track back down the hill underneath the upper loop. And into the tunnel. And back down through the tunnel. And out of the tunnel. And through the gate. And up onto the lower loop. Up onto the viaduct. So go over that railing. Hug up against the house. Up against the trailer. Back to the back half of the lower loop. This basically concludes an entire lap around Brian Ropar's backyard railway. Lighthouse, treehouse, signal tower, telescope. Lower loop, connecting tunnel, upper loop, siding, turnaround track, pond. Let's see, lighthouse, telescope, signal tower,